This afternoon, thousands in the Kansas City metro could face the possibility of losing their homes now that a federal eviction moratorium has run out.
Anyone who gets federal subsidies for housing is now in jeopardy of eviction if they haven't paid rent. Investigative reporter Matt Fleener explains.
Today, a major development when it comes to keeping people in their homes and keeping people from getting evicted. That development, that landlords can start filing evictions in court on people who get rental help from the federal government. It was a provision Congress passed in the CARES Act that protected renters during the pandemic.
We invite them, come into our office and work out a repayment agreement.
Edwin Lowndes with the Housing Authority of Kansas City, Missouri, says 48 families are at risk of losing their homes and Housing Authority properties since they're 2 months behind. He says thousands more could be at risk of eviction if they use housing choice vouchers and still owe rent with private landlords.
Working through with the families is really, first it was an education issue. Yes, you still owe the rent. But B, once you get behind, work with your landlord, whether it's in the private market or as us, to get caught up.
Now, the Housing Authority says they are not starting to file that paperwork in court until at least September, hoping that people will come in to work out arrangements. In Northeast Kansas City, Matt Fleener, KMBC 9 News.
On the state level, Kansas Governor Laura Kelly has extended an eviction moratorium through September 15th. There is no eviction moratorium in Missouri.
New numbers this afternoon from the Missouri Health Department show the state saw its lowest daily increase of coronavirus cases in more than a week, 692 cases today. The state of Kansas does not release numbers on Tuesday. However, Missouri did see a rise in the percentage of positive cases. It's at 12% today. Kansas is at 9.9. The national average is just above 6%. 2 staff members of the Douglas County Jail have tested positive for COVID-19. The sheriff's office says inmates in minimum security housing were moved to an area of the facility that allows them to quarantine individually. Officers and deputies deep cleaned and disinfect the entire exposed area. All inmates are provided personal protective equipment each week or more often if requested.
There's some good news this afternoon out of St. Louis County, where a temporary county morgue is shutting down. It opened back in April to care for bodies of coronavirus victims. St. Louis County has been hit harder than other areas of Missouri in terms of COVID-19 confirmed cases and death. The refrigerated warehouse was capable of holding up to 1,300 bodies, but just 57 were kept there.
In eastern Jackson County, school districts are now required to report COVID-19 cases to the county health department. Outbreaks of 5 or more people will be made public. If it's fewer than 5 people, health officials will work to contact, trace, and find others who may have been exposed. The Olathe School District starting the year in a hybrid learning model for elementary school students. The move resulting in the creation of a Facebook page called Olathe Parents in Support of In-Person Learning. Since Friday, more than 1,600 members have joined. Many are concerned their students will fall behind in their education if their students are not physically in the classroom.
I'm scared. I'm scared for those children that have IEPs that need extra help. I'm scared that they are going to fall so far behind, and we're already 6 months behind, that it is going to be almost impossible to catch them up.
In response, the district says starting with a hybrid model will create a safer way to transition students into full-time on-site learning. There are now plans to reevaluate the decision with the health department at the end of September.
School is back in session at Ohio State University, but more than 200 students are not returning to the classroom. They were temporarily suspended for violating the university's new coronavirus pandemic policy. OSU leaders say 228 students broke the guidelines about social gatherings since returning to campus. There's no word on how long those suspensions will last, but OSU leaders hope it will show others that they are serious about controlling the spread of COVID-19. Meanwhile, the mayor of Tuscaloosa, Alabama, has closed the bars for 2 weeks after more than 560 students and staff at the University of Alabama tested positive for COVID. School officials say they have seen a rapid rise in cases, particularly among fraternities and sororities. On Friday, the university had announced a moratorium on student gatherings both on and off campus. Here in the metro, as more students are heading back to school, parents are asking us how busing will look in a pandemic.
Drivers have been training behind the scenes for weeks now. They have a new list of steps to take to make sure your kids get to and from school safely. Social distancing is one of the biggest moves your kids will see on the bus.
You have to talk to the students, kind of let them know what's required, and then just try to promote our best safety protocols that we possibly can promote for them.
Tonight, Cody Holyoke takes you on a ride to show you how one of the Metro's largest bus companies is preparing for kids, the key info they're working on, and how you can help. That's tonight on KMBC 9 News at 6 and 10.
In Commitment 2020, one Kansas Senate candidate is getting more optimistic about a COVID-19 vaccine.
KMBC 9's Michael Mahoney spoke with Republican Roger Marshall about his vaccine predictions.
At a campaign stop Tuesday, Marshall repeated his prediction there could be a COVID-19 vaccine for high-risk people by late this year. And then he went further.
We will have a vaccine available for the most vulnerable by Thanksgiving, a vaccine for whoever wants it by the end of December.
That is a very optimistic prediction. One of the co-leaders of the White House drive to get a vaccine, Mansu Slui, told Business Insider magazine recently that a vaccine should be widely available by next spring, but adds that some high-risk groups could see a vaccine earlier.
We're winning the war on this virus.
Marshall is a doctor and OBGYN. Infectious diseases, however, are not his specialty. But he says at least 3 firms are in the clinical testing phase or close to it, and he believes they will develop a safe and effective vaccine.
Thanks God for American ingenuity, for private firms out there working so hard to make this happen.
So Marshall's getting more specific. At first he was saying a vaccine for high-risk groups by Thanksgiving time. Now it's a vaccine for everyone who may want one by January. Michael Mahoney, KMBC 9 News.
Marshall says one of the most common questions he gets from voters this year is when will things return to normal?